Hi crazy people! So in this week project I'm gonna teach you how to make this portrait here. It's very cool, very simple and very nice portrait. You only gonna need it 2 photos in Photoshop. Let's do it. So first thing first, I built a little white backdrop here with a light. I was inspired by this photo here. I noticed there was just a light shining to the profile of this person. I set up this light on the side of my face and then I took the photo using Imaging Edge from Sony. After taking the portrait, I chose the portrait I wanted to and I brought it to Photoshop. And now I'm gonna show you how I edit. Okay guys, so you're now on Photoshop. I've already opened and I did a little editing in the portrait I took. So pretty much what I did was I removed a few imperfections in my skin. I masked myself and made the background white, and I desaturate a little and I end up with something like that. You didn't have to do much because obviously we're gonna place another photo on the top of it, so it's not really necessary. Okay, now I'm going to start to do the editing. So I always start by making a copy, because then you can always come back. So you just drop to this plus sign here and it will make a copy for you. And then now I'm gonna place, so you go file, place embedded, and you're gonna place the photo you chose. I chose this one here because I thought this tree here would give a nice effect. That photo was taken on the Uluru by myself. It was a landscape photo and I just cut into a portrait to fit the purpose of this exercise. And one thing that I wanted to do is, before I hit enter or return, I just want to flip the horizontal, because I know the tree is gonna be mostly in my head. That's where I wanted that to be. You hit return and then you go to the photo and go to screen, transform that into a screen, and now you can move the photo around and place where you wanted that to be placed. And I wanted that to be somewhere around here. I want to sort of leave my eyes kind of free and have this area sort of like that. And you can see the background is not completely white and there is a difference of color here. So for you to adjust that, you have to go to the background and you're going to image adjust and do a curves on the background. Get this little drop here and just drop into where is white. That's gonna force all the colors to go white. Go okay. See, it's all white now. And then I'm just gonna create a little contrast into where my eyes is in this area here, so you can see better. So you go to the photo that you placed, and also let's go image adjustment and curves. You can get this little, with this little hand here, you can go to the part of the image. It shows you in the curve where you have to adjust what part you are adjusting. So I want to adjust this part here because I think it's too light. So I'm gonna drop down. Oh, that's a lot. And I'm just going to create a little more contrast, and yeah, that's cool for me. And now I can see better this area here. Just a little contrast between my background, which is my portrait, and the photo here. All right, so I'm gonna hit OK. And the last thing I wanted to do in this photo is obviously do a little of color grading, but then I wanted to do the color grading to the whole photo. So then I'm gonna go here and I'm going to place curves and that curves is gonna go on the top of everything. So usually this, I'm gonna do a very common editing that a lot of photographers, color graders do. It's a very common one, which is you're going to transform the shadows of your photo into a bluish color, and the highlights into a yellowish color. This is a very, very common color grading technique that people use, and it really works. It's pretty cool. If you see it, it gives you a real nice effect into your photo. So because the opposite of blue is yellow, you use the blue into the RGB curves, and you just pull the blue and pull the blue up where the shadows are, and drop the blue where the highlights are, because opposite of blue, then it's yellow if you look at the color wheel. And then that's it. I like the results. That's what I want. So now what you wanted to do, you just want to export your photo. You can just go here and export as, and then over here it's gonna open this window, and then you can choose the quality. It's super high quality right now, so you can make it smaller if you want, and you can choose the form what you wanted to export. I want to export into JPEG, and I wanted to leave into a super high quality, because if I wanted to print, that's what I wanted for me. And you just going to hit export, and then you can, I call this project 1, and I'm going to put into my project 1 folder and hit save. And now I have a JPEG. Don't forget, you can also go and save your project. That project was saved before, so I do have it here. That is the PSD project that you wanted to have if you want to come back and do further changes. That's it, guys. That was the project of this week. If you don't want to take a photo of yourself, I'm gonna put it on the comments websites that you can use to find photos, and you can train your Photoshop skills. Otherwise, I highly recommend you to take a photo of yourself, so then you can do whatever you want with the photo, because it's yours, obviously. And if you guys wanted to subscribe, if you like this video, please hit like button, subscribe, and share on social media. I will see you next week with our next project. Bye.